Hi, this is Carrie and the Flock, and we're here tonight to talk about cootie catchers.
Oh.
So, anyway, this is a rather cool project. Let's see. You might remember doing these in grade school. I think the last one I made, I don't
think mine were that nice.
Not this nice. The last one I made, I was probably about 12 years old. This is known as a cootie catcher or a fortune teller. It goes by some other names too, but that's how we knew it. What this is, David was showing you. This is a fancy version of it. The decorated thing, top and bottom, and whatever I could decorate, I decorated. It was a challenge on SwapBot for a swap to make a cootie catcher for your partner, and you were supposed to decorate it, keeping in mind their profile. This woman happened to like big game animals, so that's what she got. So I did the animals on the top portion. How the cootie catcher works, you basically pick out an animal, so we'll pick out lion, and you go L-I-O-N. And then there's numbers on the second level, so if you pick out the number 1...
8, please.
8, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Always picking out the...
8 other creatures.
So then you say, okay, well, what is your fortune? Let's take 4. And underneath this, you fold it up, and there's a fortune. And this one says, trust your intuition and act quickly when necessary. And that's pretty much like what a hiker does, acts and pounces. Anyway, so why am I doing this, and what is this? Okay, the cootie catcher, I was just reading up on this. It does have a history. It was in a book, and you know what? It's late night, sleepy time artist theater, which I'm kind of forgetting the title already. It was fun with paper products.
Origami?
Some kind of origami. This is actually form of origami. Pretty cool. It was called the Salt Cellar in the book. Now, isn't that cool? Because they used to put salt in here and shake it out or something. I don't know. But anyway, fun with paper something or other that I'm really tired.
Well, considering that income has risen drastically in real terms over the years,
Yes.
Having a cheap and easy way to make a salt cellar that also could be passed off as something that was trendy, not just being cheap.
Yes.
It's like, oh, that's a cute little thing.
So I was reading about this, and I was like, well, where did this come from, and how did this start? It said it was in a book from 1928. That's how it officially got introduced to the United States. But before that, it was origami, just practiced outside of the United States. By the 1950s, it was in full swing, and kids were using it as a fortune-telling device like this, not a salt cellar anymore. So there we go. So how it was called a cootie catcher, the men were coming back from war, and
they had cooties.
And it was like dog bugs. Seriously, the word was, I think it was kutu, and when it was translated, it was like dog tick or dog bug. And I guess it was just, kind of a funny thing. And what the girls would do is they would use this to pick the cooties off each other. Ah!
Did they actually use them for that? Or is it just teasing sort of thing?
Teasing.
Okay.
It's a teasing thing. So anyway, that's the brief history of what I can remember, what I just read 10 minutes ago. But anyway, I'm sure most of you probably remember making these in grade school, and maybe the kids are still making them now. I hope so. Look at this. Better than a fidget spinner, huh? Check that out. You can get fortunes out of these puppies, You can decorate them. They could probably spin a little like... You don't need a fidget spinner. You need a cootie catcher. So is this complicated to make, you ask? Why, no, I say.
Actually,
all you need is a square piece of paper. Okay, and this one's pre-folded because that's me. But basically what you're doing with this is you're just folding the corners in, flipping it over, and folding the corners in again. Very, very easy. When you get it to the back, you just put your fingers through and check that out.
Voila.
Done. This was the test model, and I was so happy. I was like, yay, I got this all right. And then I put it together and I realized that the animals were looking away from each other instead of toward each other. Like, look at how they're toward each other there. So anyway, this was a test thing.
You did a good job on that.
Yeah, and the person who did mine, I already got mine. They did finches, like 3 different types of finches, and Hey, the little chicken from Moana. And she did an amazing job on it. I should have probably showed you that too, but it's over there. So anyway, this is the cootie catcher, and this will be, by the time you see this video, this will already have been received because we don't like to show them ahead of time. So anyway, but yeah, it's a fortune teller. You pick an animal, you pick a number, and then you get your fortune.
Fill mine with salt.
Or you can flip it over and fill it with salt.